Hello, my all dear students. I am Jerry Wheeler, your business study teacher for class 12. And today, once again, we are going to revise chapter number 1, 2, and 3 of business study in the form of MCQ. Okay, so let's start our video. Hello, my dear students. This is revision number 2 of business studies for class 12 for chapter 1, 2, and 3. So, we are doing revision through MCQs. So, under this video, we are going to learn about some chapter number 1, 2, and 3 concept through the MCQs. So first question is that management is the coordination of all resources through the process of planning, organizing, directing and controlling in order to attain stated objectives. Now it is a definition of management. Now the question is that they have given the definition, you have read the definition also. Now what they are asking, the above definition of management is given by. Now if you remember in chapter number 1 you have learned about this definition. I am showing you like this. Okay, in the book you can see that Poonam Gandhi, you have learned about these definitions. Okay, just read out these definitions. To manage is to forecast, to plan, to organize, to command, to coordinate and to control. Management is the creation of an internal environment and so given by Coors O'Donnell. Then they are saying what management is the art of knowing exactly what you want from man to do and then seeing that they are doing the best and cheapest way, given by James L. Ludney. And then management is a coordination of all resources through the process of planning, organizing, directing and controlling in order to attain stated objectives. This is the same definition which is written here also. Now just check who has given this definition. This definition is given by F.W. Taylor. Who has given this definition? F.W. Taylor. So my dear students, you need to learn all this definition given in the book. Then only you can identify the writer name. So this definition is given by F.W. Taylor. Just check A, B, C. The C is our correct answer, that is F.W. Taylor. Let's move to question number 2, that is section officer belongs to. Then options are given: top level management, middle level management, supervisory level management and none of these. It means they are talking about level of management. So just we have to check the level of management topic. So here you can see the levels of management: top level, middle level and at last supervisory level. And we are talking about which one? Section officer. Just check where the section officer comes. We start from that upside: board of directors, chairman, general manager, president, vice president, CEO, CFO and COO. So they all are comes under top level. Then comes middle level. Under middle level we are talking about purchase manager, sales manager, marketing manager, executive officer, plant superintendent, divisional heads, departmental heads. But still who not came? Just check section officer. Now last one: supervisor, superintendent, foreman and section officer. So section officer comes under supervisory level management. So our answer should be what? Supervisory level management. That is again which part? A, B and C part. So C part is our answer, that is supervisory level management. So section officer belongs to supervisory level management. So it's better if you learn this diagram and this post also. So they are showing clearly that who comes under which level. Okay, it is chapter number 1 only. Then come to question number 3. Coordination is required at. Coordination, you have learned that in chapter number 1 only. This is coordination. What is coordination? Synchronization of efforts from the standpoint of time and the sequence of execution. So it is required at not only at first level or you can supervise level, but it requires at all the levels. It is written here also. Coordination is required at all the levels. Okay, so our answer should be what? Supervisory level? No. Middle level? No. Top level? No. But should be at all the levels. Okay. Next one. Effectiveness refers to. Now when you have started our chapter number 1 only, that time only we have learned about effectiveness and efficiency. Remember or not? Yes, I am showing you. Wait. So just check here. Effective and efficient performance. So you can say effectiveness and efficiency. So modern concept of management says that employees must be effective as well as efficient. So effectiveness refers to completion of work or you can say task or you can say achievement of target on time. That is called effectiveness. And if you talk about efficiency, so efficiency means refers to optimum utilization of resources or you can say no wastage of resources. But here in question it is given about effectiveness. Effectiveness means what? Completion of task on time or you can say target or achievement of target on time. So it's basically doing the work on time. Just pay attention Effectiveness refers to minimum wastage of resources. No. It is what? Efficiency. It is not effectiveness. Then hard work. No. Then completion of task on time. Yes. This one should be our answer. Clear or not? Now move to question number next. That is fifth question. Which function of management ensures recruiting, selecting, and appointing of the employees? So first we have to move towards the functions of management. As you can see, the question is emphasizing on the selecting and appointing of the employees. So it can't be done in the planning, because planning related to the planning of the bridge, that a whole plan, that what the, how we have to do the business and what objectives we have to achieve. This comes under the planning. Then organizing is what? You can say establishing and organizing structure to execute the plan. It helps to what? To execute the plan. That comes under organizing. Then comes staffing. What word? Staffing. So staffing word is taken from the staff. So staffing is the third step of function of manager. It refers to recruiting, selecting, appointing the employees. So just it is the answer of our question only. What? Which function of management? Recruiting, selecting, and appointing. That is A part, staffing only. Okay, clear to you? Now question 6 says that which principle of management insists in the feeling of job security among the employees? And options they have given: principle of equity, stability of tenure of personnel, principle of orders, principle of escalation. So after reading these principles, we come to know that these are 14 principles of Henry Fayol. So this is comes from chapter number 2nd. So move to chapter number 2nd from the book. Just check. In this one, just check about stability of tenure of personnel. I have highlighted also. It refers to no frequent termination of transfer, that we should not transfer the employees very frequently, that after 1 month or 2 months or after within 1 year. We should give them some time. So according to this principle of management must provide the feeling of job security among the employees. So this line has given our answer, that which principle of management insists in feeling of job security among the employees? Stability of tenure of personnel. Okay, clear? Now move to question number 7. Management should use one best way to perform. Which technique of scientific management is defined in the above sentence? What is sentence? Management should use what? One best way to perform. Now if we have to if we move towards the you can say techniques of management. So just check the techniques of management. Now here we need to remember one thing, that Fayol has given what? 14 principles of management, and the techniques are given by who? Taylor. Who has given techniques? The techniques are given by Taylor. These are called scientific techniques also. So the time study, motion studies, fatigue studies, method studies, these all are what? These all are techniques given by Taylor. Now the question is what? Use one best way. Now if we talk about time study, so time study is focused on completion of the time, you can say work on time. Then we talk about what? Second one is motion study. So it depends, study the movements of the workers, that they should not waste their time in unnecessary movements. Then comes about fatigue study. Fatigue study means that we should give you can say workers what? Proper time of rest, so that they can do the work with you can say full energy. Then comes what? Method study. So under method study we have learned that the scientific management is conducted to find out the one best way. As you can see here, method study. The method studies techniques of scientific management is conducted to find out the one best way or way of performing the job which keeps production cost minimum and makes maximum use of resources of the organizations. So which one best way? Method study. That is called method study. So it means our answer is what? A part? No. B part? No. C part? No. But D part, that is method study. Okay, now move to question number 8. Which of the following is feature of principles of management? It means we have to talk about the features. So the features of management are, principles of management are universal application, applicability, you can say. This is the features, or you can say nature or characteristics of management principles. Then what? General guidelines. Then evolutionary, or you can say formed by practices and experiments. Flexibility, behavioral in nature, based on cause and effect relationship. Okay, and then at last contingent. So these are the features of, you can say, principles of management. Now flexibility, yes, it was given. Universal application, yes, it was given. Contingent was the last feature. Then our answer should be what? All of these all are the what? Features, or you can say nature, or you can say characteristics of principles of management. Now move to question number 9. Which technique of Taylor contradicts unity of command principle of Fayol? Now contradicts means which not follow. What unity of command? Unity of command is a principle given by Henry Fayol. So unity of command says that under that management all employees should receive order from one boss. There should be one boss for all the employees, so that there should becomes what? Unity of command, so that people can work easily. But if we talk about scientific techniques of Taylor, so under that method study time should just we have study earlier only. So under these 1, 2, 3, 4, which technique of that given by Taylor contradict this unity of command principle? That unity of command means we should receive order from one boss, but out of these 4, which one says that we should receive order from more, there should be multiple bosses? So if you remember, we have learned about functional foremanship, and functional foremanship is emphasizes on the specialization in the productivity through what? Functional experts. Through functional expert, the department is divided into some functional experts, so that there should be what here stressed on the minimum 8 specialists, or you can say functional experts, to supervise and give order to the workers. 8. And here they're talking about unity of command, so it means this is the one only who contradict what? Principle of command, because principle of command, one boss, but here they are talking about 8 expertise. Okay, 8 expert, or you can say 8 specialists, so people can receive orders from 8 specialists. So this is the one who contradicts unity of command. Clear? Next is coming, changes in GDP is a part of. So this question is taken from chapter number 3, that is business environment. So under business environment, there is a heading which is known as dimensions of business environment, under which we will learn about economic environment, political environment, legal environment, and social environment. Now you are a student of economics and you are in 12th standard, so you can easily tell GDP, gross domestic product, is a part of what? Economics. We have studied this one in economics, so easily we can tell that it is a part of economic environment. So there should be no confusion in this one. Okay, then come question number 11. Which of the following is a feature of business environment? Now they are talking about the features of business environment. So these are the features, or you can say characteristic, or you can say natures of business environment. These are all the external forces, specific and general forces, interrelations, uncertainty, dynamic, complex, and relativity. These 7 are the features, or you can say characteristics of business environment. So out of, we just check, they are asking out of these 4 or these 3, which of these are the feature of business environment? Interrelation, just check. Yes, interrelation is already given. Then comes uncertainty. Of course, business is full of uncertainty. It is given also. Dynamic, yes, it keeps changing, so it is also given dynamic. And at last, all of these. So our answer should be what? All of these. Which of the following is a feature of business environment? All of these. These all are comes under the features of business environment. At last, education and literacy rates are aspects of legal environment, social environment, economical environment, or none of these. Now about this, we have seen that dimensions of environment. So under dimensions of business environment, they have given economical environment, and then they have given aspects of economical environment, then social environment, then they have given some aspects of social environment, then they have given what? Political environment. Okay, then they given aspects of political environment. In the same way, they have given legal environment and aspects of legal environment, then technological environment and aspects of technological environment. So if we read the aspects of these environments, so we will found that under social environment, aspects of social environment, 5th number, education and literacy rates. We are talking about this topic under social environment, because it is a social issue. Okay, so education and literacy rates are aspects of what? Social environment. Okay, so here we have done 12 questions in order to revise chapter number 1, 2 and 3, and once again I am reminding you, this is our revision number 2. Which one revision? Revision number 2, which we have done today. Okay, so I hope you are practicing these questions properly, and maybe you are going through the chapters once again. It's better if you go through the chapters once again, all these 3 chapters. Okay, so prepare hard for your exam. Okay, thank you, students. Last, I want to say, be safe and God bless you all.